What's up, man? Back to another episode. Let me talk to you motherfuckers, you young people, you young men who are looking for guidance. Let me tell you the secret about guidance. You gotta learn how to guide yourself, man. See, the big problem I find with young people, it's not really a problem, it's because you guys don't really know any better. Nobody's there to teach you. But you have to learn how to use your infinite mind. See, I get guys to say, well, should I go into a trade? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm like, look, bro, I don't know your circumstances. I don't know your life. I don't know everything about you, but you know everything about yourself. You know your temperament. You understand what you're built to do and what you cannot do. Get this out the way. So what I try to explain to him is all I can do is help you in a particular avenue. So if you want to learn about how to get fit, I can help you with getting fit. If you want to learn about how to mount TVs, I can teach you mounting TVs. But I cannot tell you the path to how to direct your life. That is bullshit. Anybody that tells you how to direct your life is going to fuck you in the long term. The fun part about the game of life is that you learn how to play yourself. You got to play your own game. I can't give you my game. I can give you some principles and fundamental understanding of how reality works so you could best apply those situations to your own game. But I can't tell you how to play. You gotta learn how to play. Like, I don't know if anybody ever used to play Super Smash Brothers, which is one of my favorite games. But Smash Brothers, each character had a unique feature, and depending on how you were as a person or who you chose to play with, you will have a different style of playing with said character. So I can't teach you how to play with Fox the way I play with Fox, the same way that you can't teach me how to play with Mario the way you play with Mario. Now, you can give me moves, you can tell me combos, but it's up to me to understand how do I get you out the ring and win the game. That's all on you. And see, that's the big thing guys have to understand as young people. Don't ask what to do with your next step in life, because then you become no better than the NPC who gets guidance to go to college, go do this, go do that, get a job, stable, blah, 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 blah. Because all you do is you end up fucking yourself in the long run. So as a young man, what I want you to start to do is to take stock and begin to understand yourself. And the only way you can understand yourself is by testing yourself. You have to go out there and face new challenges, take on new experiences, see what happens to you when you're put into a different arena of life. That's why, like, and this is one of the things that I need a lot of young people to understand. If you're confused and lost and you don't know what you want to do next, you're in the best fucking position. If you're 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and you have no idea what direction your life is going, perfect. Because the first step of getting better at anything is self-awareness. And for you to have the self-awareness to understand, I don't know where I want to go or what I'm going to do next, it's a beautiful thing. Because now you're starting from ground zero, which means we can build. We have a foundation because you have no understanding of anything, which means you're willing to go try anything. If you're willing to try anything, guess what? You're going to develop a hell of a lot of fucking new abilities as opposed to the guy who does the streamline method, which is, I'm just going to go to college because my parents told me to go to college. I'm just going to go get this degree because my parents told me to get this degree. I'm going to join this frat because my parents told me to join this frat, and so forth and so forth. Get married, get the wife, get the mortgage, blah, blah, blah. Because this is what happens. When you do that type of shit, you run into a roadblock, which is called you beat the game that somebody else created. Now you don't know what else to do with your time. And that's why guys be crashing out in their late 30s and 40s, because they lived this life that was supposed to be the example of what their life was supposed to be, because somebody else gave them some fucking blueprint to live by. And once they completed that blueprint, they have no fucking idea what to do. And that's what a lot of guys end up doing, going to college and shit for. A lot of guys just go to college because they don't know what to do after high school. So they figure, I'll just go take the safe route of doing what my parents and everybody else told me is safe to do, which is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. If you want to go to college because you have a spirit to go learn and do something. Like when I went to college, there was nobody really directing me to go to college. Like I wanted to go to college because I wanted to learn about biology. I wanted to be a scientist. I had an instinctual yearning to go learn about biology. Now I did have to play football to get there, but football was merely just an avenue or revenue. Football was merely just an avenue to get me to the ability to go learn science. And then once I got there, I realized, okay, this is all horse shit. I could just did this in fucking at my house and bought the lab shit. But besides the point, I got a great experience out of college because that's what I chose to do. And I took the hard route to get there. There was no easy groove to get there. I went to a lot of shit to get to fucking school. A lot of different shit to get to school. So I appreciate the journey of school. Most kids don't appreciate the journey of school. That's why they're fucked up and drunk all the time on drugs and just trying to sleep with bitches all day. which is a horrible fucking existence because it sets bad patterns for the rest of your life. And you know these guys. We all know these guys. These guys, all they do is go to college. They sit around. They get fucked up all day. Go to their classes. They change their major because the major is too hard. So they do something else that they can do that will allow them to drink, get fucked up, and still have an easy ass pathway to school. But anyway, young man, I just want you to understand. If you're lost, confused, and not exactly sure what to do, you're in a perfect position because that means you can go do anything. You have no preconceived notion of what you should do. And because you don't have that preconceived notion of what you should do, you're open to all ideas and possibilities, which is a beautiful fucking thing. Don't listen to any of these motherfuckers that tell you just stick to one thing. No. Explore. Try things out. You got plenty of time. You got plenty of fucking time. Like, don't listen to these people that tell you, look, like, the game of life is a marathon. That shit is long. I'm 32 and I'm thinking about now. Damn, I could just slow down. I didn't have to rush through a lot of the shit I rushed through in life. I would have got to the same spot. If I would have actually slowed down and thought a lot more shit out, I would have been in a way better position I am now. And I'm not saying don't do shit, just sit in your house and fucking beat off and watch anime and Netflix all day. What I'm saying is, don't worry about trying to get to this preconceived notion of like 10K a month. Like, you get to 10K a month, then what? Your life is like complete, it's done? No, you still got to keep grinding. You got to figure out something to do that you love, that you can see, that earn yours in your soul. Like, and this is the thing about being beautiful about being young. Money doesn't really fucking matter when you're young. Like, you don't have to be rich. Get that roommate, go live in a piece of shit apartment, and enjoy the grind of being just a young guy that's just out there figuring shit out. Don't be in a rush to go get this 6-figure job. Especially if you don't have kids, you haven't been in jail, you don't have any fucking real constraints. Bro, just enjoy the youth and the ability to be broke and enjoy it and nobody expect anything from you. And I think a large problem with the internet is we have a bunch of other young people who rush to get money through nefarious methods or through trust funds or all other types of bullshit. And they have tricked you young people into thinking that you're behind some for some reason because you don't make 10K a month. Like these EMAs, whatever these motherfuckers' names is. Listen, no rush, my friend. No rush. Shit don't get serious about life. Like, shit don't really get serious about life until you hit about 30 something. When you hit about 35, then okay, maybe you should have an apartment. You should have some shit that's going for you. You should have a route kind of developed because you had enough time to live. And especially if you didn't spend your time in prison and you weren't locked up or anything. By 35, 30-ish, you should have some things kind of figured out. Like, okay, this is my path. This is what I'm good at. This is what my temperance is. This is the human being I am. Like, I know what I am now. And most of your time should be dedicated to figure out who you are. You should be journaling, writing, working out, training, working a little side job, and slowly building a skill set. And keep your expenses as low as possible when you're young. That way, you're not forced to work a job that you don't want to be at, and the blow's not so bad. So, say for example, if you're making $15 an hour, I don't know what that is. Like, you're making $2,000 a month. Try to find some place where your rent's like $500. That way, you got $1,500. We'll just say $1,000. You got $1,000 to play with every month to figure some shit out and throw shit at the wall. That's so much more valuable, especially if you can work part-time. Or if you get multiple different gigs. Go figure out different gigs. But you should be working, but you should be doing things, studying yourself, and really developing yourself as a human being, as a man. Understanding how to establish your manhood and reestablish your manhood. Understanding how to get a plan to get freedom. Especially if you got a nice little upbringing, you're not really destined to poverty. But I try to tell young people, man, if you're 18, 19, you should have no fucking idea what you want to do. Your brain's not even fucking developed to the point where you should make a concrete plan where you actually be able to develop something that you would be able to follow through. Like, I think about now, if I can go back and think about the shit that I want to do at 18, 19, 20, Jesus Christ, if I would have followed that pathway, I would have been fucking miserable as shit now. Miserable as fuck. I wanted to be a doctor, a football player. Fuck no, I don't want to be any of that shit now. Fuck that. And that's the beauty of growth. And that's the beauty of experiencing things and trying things out. Dip your toe in the water, some things. Take a year out to go do something that you didn't think you were going to do. And I'm not saying everybody needs to go to trade school. I'm saying trade is a great place to go if you don't know what the fuck you want to do and you want to make some money. Trade's a great place to go because it's going to put you around other men. You're going to learn a skill set and you're still going to get paid dog shit money in the beginning. In the beginning, you're going to get paid dog shit money. But shit, getting paid dog shit money to learn a valuable skill that can carry you for the rest of your life is way more valuable than working at Pizza Hut. You just got to wake up a little bit earlier and do some harder work. But like the world goes, you only get rewarded for what you're willing to do and what work you can actually accomplish in your value to a labor market. So if you learn how to plumb or do trading, or if you learn how to plumb, be a carpenter, concrete, homes, whatever the fuck you do, that's so valuable because you know at the end of the day, my baseline, I can always fall back on that shit. That's not going anywhere. Construction is always going to be around. Electricity is always going to be around. There's always going to be those trade jobs available to you at your disposal at any time when you need to call in the fucking battleships. And if you don't want to do it, stack your bread up, build up, and then figure out some shit. Then you can always fall back on it because they're always hiring trade people. That's why I say trade's a great thing to do. But that's a separate conversation for another day. But anyway, I just want to tell young people, look, don't feel like shit because you got all your friends bullshitting you telling you, oh, I'm going to Pepperdine University and I'm going to study business accounting. Look, that motherfucker's doomed for failure by 27. He's doomed. Promise you he's doomed. You know who the people who end up being successful? The ones who have no idea. They're just the fucking weird character. Those are the guys that stick out and they end up winning in the long term. Like if I compare myself to all my contemporaries, they all lapped me. Shit, I got lapped. Lapped, bro. Fucking lapped at 27. I'm looking at Facebook like, goddamn, niggas got houses, niggas got families and wives and shit, full-time careers. And I'm still like, shit, I'm a substitute teacher at 27 years old. Goddamn, I just graduated college at 26. Fuck, I'm a loser. But what I realized is, no, I wasn't a loser because when the shit started shaking, these motherfuckers started losing because they weren't built for the drought. See, I've been in the drought, fuck, from the ages of, since I got out of college to fucking 31, since 31, I was in a drought. I wasn't making no money. I was broke as shit. I'm finally starting to be like a productive member where I can actually make cash when I feel like making cash. It's nothing for me to go outside and mount 2 TVs for the day. That's $200 in my pocket at minimum. I just got to go out there and go get it. And I would have never imagined that. You know how hard I had to work back in the day to make $200? And I can do that now in fucking 2 hours. Just driving around, meeting people in their house, smiling and shit, getting tips. So it takes a minute. Understand, like you're cooking a soup, nigga. This is a roast beef. And if you want that roast beef to be nice and tender and succulent and delicious, you gotta let it steam. You gotta let it cook. It's gonna cook for a minute, nigga. See, a lot of people, they can get that rough ass steak because they threw that shit on the fucking grill, cooked it up, took 5 minutes, but it shit ain't luscious. It ain't come off the bone like fucking a roast beef or like some brisket that's been cooked, slow cooked for fucking 2 days. And that's what you got to look at yourself, man. You're getting slow cooked. Let the slow pressure cook you continuously. See, a lot of people just throw themselves in the fire, get charred up, and they look tasty, but when you look at the inside, that shit raw. You don't want to be raw on the inside. You want to be well done, tasty, succulent, and just delicious, but it takes a minute. And that's why I want you guys to understand. Patience, young people. Patience. As long as you're not fucking up your life, you're going to be okay. Just keep making one good step every day. It's a chess game. Make one positive move that benefits you in the long run and guarantee you're going to win the game because it's your game and you're the only one playing it and you know how to play it and you know yourself best. But you got to first figure out where you are and what's your pieces on the board and what's your position. And once you figure that out, hey, man, just start playing. That's all I got to tell you, man. So get out there, young people. Get out there struggling. Use that infinite mind. And please reach out. I appreciate all these young people that reach out to me and they ask questions. I wish I had somebody like me to guide me and talk to me. I had a bunch of fucking old losers telling me with fucking stupid advice and college professors. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Please reach out. Either from Twitter, Instagram. Don't give a shit. And love all y'all, man. And keep grinding, man. The game gets better. It gets easier with time. But that's the key. Time.